folks. We are here in Mankato, Minnesota, where your Minnesota State Mavericks will be playing MSU Moorhead, the Dragons from MSU Moorhead. The Mavericks looking for their 13th win on the season. Your Mavericks come in ranked 23rd in the country, as we are in search for our 13th win of the season and 11th in conference. The Mavericks are undefeated at home today, this year, where they will be playing today. A player to look out for today is number 19, Dakota Wendell. She has been the Mavericks' strongest player throughout the year with 11 goals and 6 assists. She also has 2 game winners on the year, so someone to keep an eye out for today. As the two teams get ready to come out to get ready for the kickoff, it is about 50 degrees outside. It's sunny with a heavy dose of wind that could affect the shots coming off the legs of the girls today. MSU Moorhead comes in at just 3-11 overall on the season. They only have 3 wins compared to your number 23 Minnesota State Mavericks, 12 wins on the year. And we are getting ready to get the kickoff and get underway here. MSU Moorhead with the kickoff as they pass it back and boot it forward. The Dragons under chase, but the ball rolls out of bounds for a Maverick throw-in. The Mavericks wearing pink today in honor of cancer awareness. So they are in the all-pink jerseys with the white numbers, while the MSU Moorhead Dragons are wearing the white jerseys with the red sleeves and red numbers, as Moorhead steals the ball from the Mavericks. But it ends up back at the feet of your Mavericks as they look to cross the field here. The ball is placed in the middle and headed forward by the Mavericks. With the shot on goal that goes just wide right, it will go out of bounds for a Moorhead goal kick. The goal kick will be taken by Moorhead keeper Kennedy Rogers. And Rogers boots the ball forward, where the Mavericks and Moorhead fight over it with a support pass back, and the ball is booted up towards midfield. The Mavericks are able to gain possession as they look to move forward when Moorhead clears the ball. Mavericks going down the left sideline. And ball is passed backward and booted up the field by Moorhead's goalkeeper. It went out of bounds for a Maverick throw. Mavericks look to attack down the left sideline here early as the ball is crossed in the middle and chipped just wide left of the net. It will be a goal kick for the Dragons. This time the goal kick will be taken by a Dragon defender and is booted up more towards half field, where the ball bounces back and forth between the Mavericks and the Dragons and is eventually maintained by the Maverick defender. The Dragons have a person wide left and they pass it, and it squeezes through the Maverick defenders. The Dragons look to attack down the middle, but it is stolen by your Mavericks, where they look to attack down the middle. A good through ball to number 13, where a shot is taken and is saved by the Dragon goalkeeper. The Dragon defenders wanted to call offside call, but the refs had no signal, and the shot was taken on net, but saved by the Dragon goalkeeper. Ball goes out of bounds for a MAVRIK throw. The Dragons look for support, and the ball is booted out towards the sideline and will go out of bounds for a MAVRIK throw-in. The throw-in will be taken by MAVRIK's number 13, Taylor Keneally, as she looks to find some room down the right sideline. The ball is headed forward by the MAVRIKs. And MAVRIKs are under pursuit. The ball is kicked and cleared out of danger by the Dragons. The Dragons look to find some type of offense, as they haven't had much going here in the first 4.5 minutes of the game. MAVRIKs with another great through ball. MAVRIKs number 13, Taylor Keneally, with another shot on goal that is saved by the Dragons goalkeeper. The ball is punted towards midfield, where it is headed by the MAVRIKs and eventually won by the MAVRIKs. The MAVRIKs seem to be looking for through balls today, as they are looking for players making runs down the middle of the field. The ball goes out of bounds for another MAVRIK throw-in, and once again it will be taken by number 13, Taylor Keneally.
Come on, red or yellow.
And it will be a MAVRIK throw. And we have a Dragon throw. Dragons looking to get it out of danger and cleared out of their side of the field. They go middle to left again. Pass down the left sideline. Looking for supports. They find it. The Dragons keep the ball in bounds and look for a through ball on the left sideline, and they get it, but it will be stolen by a MAVRIK defender, who looks to clear the ball with a great move to get it away from the defender and be able to go down the sideline. MAVRIK and Dragon defenders collide as the Dragons look for some shooting room, but they are unable to, as the MAVRIKs clamp on the Dragons player. And the pass is stolen by the MAVRIKs and booted down the field, where it is won by the MAVRIKs and kicked out of bounds by the Dragons for a MAVRIK throw-in. Excuse me, it is a Dragon throw-in, and the Dragons will look to advance it up the field off the throw. The ball is booted down the sideline and will be another Dragon throw, about 15 yards ahead of where the last one was. They look to throw it down the left sideline again, where it is headed out of bounds by the MAVRIK defender. MAVRIKs with the throw once again down the left sideline as they pass it back, looking for across the middle of the field. And it is taken by number 27, but there was no one there, and it will be an easy grab for the MAVRIK goalkeeper. MAVRIK goalkeeper number 33, Alexa Raboon, boots it to about half field, where it is won by the MAVRIKs off the bounce, and booted towards the middle of the field where it is stolen by the Dragon defender as she looks for someone to pass to up the middle. Dragons go wide left as they seem to like to attack down the left side of the field today, going from middle to left, where it is kicked out of bounds by the MAVRIK defender for a Dragon throw. Dragons throw it into the middle where the Dragon player trips over the ball as the Mavericks kick it out of bounds for another Dragon throw in. Ball is stolen by the Mavericks and kicked towards half field where it is repossessed by the Dragons as they look to support and boot it up and switch sides of the field, but the pass is stolen by the Mavericks. As the Dragons look to head up the field as they pass a through ball, there is no one there and will roll to the MAVRIK goalkeeper, Raboon. Mavericks coming into this game as a heavy favorite. It's been a pretty even game so far as the Dragons have been able to find an attack and be in the Mavericks' third of the field. The Mavericks have had much better opportunities with 2 great shots on goal by the Mavericks. Number 13, Taylor Keneally. Mavericks do have 4 shots and 2 shots on goal, and the Dragons do not have a shot on goal yet. The Mavericks are in search for their 13th win of the year, and the Dragons are in search for their 4th win of the year. So the Mavericks come into this one as a heavy favorite, playing at home as a much better team on the year. The Mavericks are ranked number 23 in the nation and have been on a great roll as of late. Junior goalkeeper Alexa Raboon has started all 15 matches for the Mavericks this season. She currently holds a .7 goals against average and has only allowed 11 goals all season. She has a .814 save percentage and has made 48 saves so far in the season and has 7 shutouts as she looks to add to the shutouts today as the Mavericks and the Dragons find them tied at 0 as we approach the 34th minute of the first half. There's 34 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half as the Dragons look for a free kick to get all the way into the 18. It is a good free kick and knocked out of bounds by the Mavericks and will be a Dragon corner. This is the first corner kick of the match as the Dragons look to put an early lead up on our Minnesota State Mavericks. The corner is taken short and passed back where it is blocked by the Mavericks and kicked out of danger. Headed out of danger by the Mavericks. Dragons looking to go up the left sideline as they find support. Looking to go to the middle and they switch up the left. The Dragons are doing a good job going from sideline to middle in this early set of this match as the Mavericks find themselves with a quick breakaway. As a through ball is passed to the left and booted out up the field by the Dragons. The Mavericks look to have a heavier attack here as they move forward, as the Dragons have had a heavier dose of the attack the last couple of minutes. Here comes the Mavericks on the left as the ball is centered and rolls just past everyone as the Mavericks number 13 Taylor Keneally is on chase. Taylor Keneally has 2 shots on goal already in this game and attempts to put it in the center but is knocked out of bounds and will be a Maverick corner kick. It is the Mavericks' first corner of the game.
Go do it, man.
The Mavericks look to put the ball in the middle of the box as a majority of the players are standing atop the 18 as they will rush towards goal. The ball is kicked wide right of the goal and a Maverick player is offside, so it'll be a free kick for the Dragons. It would have gone out for a goal kick anyways, and this free kick is actually probably farther back than where the goal kick would be taken. And the goal kick is once again taken by a Dragon defender, and it is headed towards goal by the Mavericks as the Mavericks number 9 takes a shot on goal that is knocked out of bounds by the Dragons and will go off for a Maverick corner. That is number 9 Mankato with the shot. And Morgan will also be taking the corner kick for the Mavericks as she looks to put the ball in the center of the box. The Mavericks once again will be lined up at the top of the 18 as they look to rush towards net once the kick is taken. A great corner kick that goes just over the head of the Maverick player. And a shot is taken but it is blocked by the Dragons. The Mavericks pass it back for support.
Everybody up, D! Everybody up!
And the shot on net off the head of number 13, Taylor Keneally. That's Taylor Keneally's third shot on net, all saved by the Dragon goalkeeper. But Taylor Keneally has been very active with the shots here early in this match. The Dragons look to attack up the right side of the field this time, however. And the ball rolls out of bounds for a Maverick throw.
Oh no.
It will be a Dragon throw. Dragons looking to switch fields here. A solid defense by the Mavericks as they do not allow the Dragons to advance as the ball is passed out of bounds for a Maverick throw. Be out of bounds for a Maverick throw. The Dragons look to clear the ball out of danger as they find the middle of the field with some open field in front, but it is taken by the Mavericks in the center of the field. Pass wide left. So the Mavericks look to attack out the left side of this field this time as the Maverick beats the Dragon defender. And another one as she looks to enter the midfield is number 9 Mankato with the great attack here, but the ball is booted out by the Dragon defender. The Dragons look to kick the ball up the field here, as they do as the ball rolls down the right side of the field. There's a foot race between the Maverick defender and the Dragon forward as the ball rolls out of bounds and will go off for a Maverick goal kick. The goal kick will be taken by goalkeeper Raboon. And the 50-50 ball is won by the Mavericks, but repossessed by the Dragons as they look to attack up the field. The Dragons like to attack up the middle of the field early as the Mavericks seem to like the through balls coming from the sideline towards the middle of the field. as they come up the left sideline here. Looking for a through ball in the middle where it is finds the feet of number 13, Taylor Keneally, who is called offsides and will be a free kick for the Dragons. Taylor Keneally has made strong runs today as she has 3 shots on goal, 2 coming off her foot and 1 coming off her head. The ball is won by the Mavericks as it is booted up the right side of the field, where it is a foot race between Taylor Keneally and the Dragon defender, where it is knocked out of bounds for a Maverick corner. The corner will be taken by number 9, Mankato. And it's a great ball into the center of the box that goes off the head of the Maverick forward, where it is knocked out, and the kick goes well over the net, and it will be out for a Dragon goal kick. MSU Moorhead looks to clear the ball and find something going, as the Mavericks have had a strong possession here early in the first half. The ball is won by Mavericks number 5, and the through ball is just captured by the Moorhead goalkeeper as she looks to punt the ball up the field. The ball is headed forward by the Mavericks. Moorhead player looking for support. Can't seem to find anybody, and the ball is stolen by the Mavericks. The ball is headed forward by the Maverick defender. The Mavericks defense playing in a diamond today, so they have a stopper and a sweeper and then a left and a right D, as the MSU Moorhead plays a flat defense. So the ball is kicked towards the sideline, and Taylor Keneally wins the ball, but she knocks it out of bounds for a Moorhead goal kick. The flat back by the MSU Moorhead Dragons allows the Mavericks to attack with those through balls, which has been their game plan for today, as the ball goes off the back of MSU's number 5, and is another through ball for Taylor Keneally. She puts the ball in the front of the net, where it is kicked out, but it is repossessed, and the ball is shot just wide right and over the net by the Mavericks number 19, Dakota Wendell. As I mentioned earlier, Dakota Wendell was a player to watch as she leads the Mavericks with points on the season, as she takes the shot and drills it wide right of the net for a Dragon goal kick. We have just under 25 minutes remaining in the first half, as the Mavericks win the 50-50 ball, which seems to be the theme today, along with those through balls as they pass it wide left, where it is won by the Dragon defender and kicked out of bounds for a Maverick throw. We have a Maverick substitute. Looks like number 4, Jenny Vetter, will be entering the game for the first time for your Mavericks. Or no, excuse me, we just have a free kick. The ball is won by the Mavericks with a great move by Mankato as she looks to find someone in the middle of the box, and she is unable to do so and is knocked out of bounds by the Dragon defender, but it will be a Maverick corner kick. This is the Mavericks' 5th corner kick of the match, as Mankato has done a great job giving the Mavericks opportunities as she puts the ball directly in center, as the Mavericks are making a double substitution. As I mentioned, number 4, Jenny Vetter, is entering the game for the first time, along with Bryn Dessens. This one was a little out wide, but it is still won by the Mavericks, and it goes out wide to Mankato once again, who is called offsides and will be a Dragon throw-in. The Mavericks have had a struggle staying on sides here earlier in this match, as they have found themselves offsides on a handful of occasions. The free kick is taken up the sideline and knocked out of bounds by the Mavericks for a Dragon throw. As we are just past the halfway mark of the first half, it is tied 0-0. The Mavericks have 9 shots, and the Dragons are held shotless here early, as Moorhead looks for someone in the middle, where she finds distance, but the ball goes over her head and is knocked forward by the Dragons, but it is won by number 19, Dakota Wendell. The ball finds the feet of Moorhead, who looks to beat the defender down the sideline and put the ball in center of the box, as she does successfully, where it is taken well over the net by the Mavericks. I'm not sure if that would have gone in if there was 5 goals stacked on top of each other. That ball went well over the net, and it will be a Dragon goal kick. Mavericks once again win the 50-50 ball today, as it seems to be a reoccurring theme. The Dragons are finally entering the Mavericks' half of the field, but they are not able to maintain possession, as the ball will roll all the way out down the Mavericks baseline and will be a Maverick goal kick. Ball is rebuted by Raboon and won by the Mavericks, as Dakota Wendell heads it forward. And the ball is cleared out of danger by the Dragon defender, as the Mavericks will let it roll out of bounds and will throw it in. They pass it back to support and look to switch fields. As they do, they go from right to left. Given all kinds of space as they kick it through on the left sideline, as the ball goes off the head of number 19, Dakota Wendell, and rolls out of bounds. It will be a Moorhead throw. The throw-in is won by the Mavericks. However, it is fought between the two, as Dakota Wendell puts the ball in the middle of the box, but it is corralled by the Moorhead goalkeeper and will be booted towards half field, where it will roll into the Mavericks' third of the field, but will go out of bounds for another Maverick throw. Number 9, Moorhead wins the ball, but kicks it on the sideline, where it is possessed by the Dragons. They look to switch fields here, as they look to attack up the middle. Mavericks looking to attack, as they find themselves coming down the middle for a through ball that is won by the Dragons, as they are able to clear the danger as they look to counter here. But they do not have numbers, as the Mavericks have 4 defenders, so just the 3 attackers for the Dragons. However, they are still able to maintain possession. They had a player wide left, but they did not look her way, as they looked down the right sideline, where it was stolen by the Mavericks as they come down their right side of the field, excuse me, as the ball is kicked out for number 19 Dakota Wendell as she looks to get the ball before it goes out of bounds. She saves it, however, she cannot keep possession and is kicked out of bounds by the Dragon defender for a Maverick throw-in. There's another substitution. The Mavericks, number 6, Bree Chacho, is leaving the game for the first time. And the Mavericks number 27, Cassidy Joyce, enters the game for the first time today. Mankato puts the ball at the top of the 18 where it is won by the Mavericks as they look for it to get a shot on goal. As they take a beautiful shot, but it flies just over the net. It was taken by number 10, Bryn Dessens, as she took a great shot that just floated right over the goal.
In for the Dragons, number 12, Lindsay Brownell. And in for your Mavericks, number 27, Cassidy Joyce.
This has been a pretty fast pace here early, as there's been only a few penalty calls, as the flow of the game has maintained pretty well. As the Mavericks look to win the ball, as number 10, Bryn Dessens, takes a shot on goal that goes just wide left. Bryn Dessens with another great shot that goes just wide left of the net.
Come on, Kylie!
Bryn Dessens looking for somebody in the middle of the field as she finds him. As the ball rolled just past Mankato, as Dakota Wendell is unable to capture it. The ball finds the feet of Mankato, but she is unable to possess as the Dragons are able to clear the ball, and the ball is booted where it will roll all the way to the Maverick keeper.
Come on, bud!
A dangerous play by the keeper, but luckily the Mavericks are able to put a foot on it and clear the ball. The Dragon forward looking for a through ball, but the Maverick defender stays strong and wins the ball as the ref calls for a Maverick throw. It'll be another substitution for each team. Number 35, Brooke Valuikis for the Mavericks is entering the game for the first time for number 19, Dakota Wendell. The throw is won off the head of the Dragon player as they look to go forward, but the ball is won by the Maverick defender, number 17, Abby Hauskin, as she has done a great job playing that sweeper position today, not allowing anything to get past her.
In for your Mavericks, number 35,
As we are now under 15 minutes remaining in the first half, the Mavericks have not allowed a shot, as a foul is called on the Moorhead forward and will be a Maverick free kick. The free kick will be taken by Hauskin, Maverick sweeper. And the ball is booted just above the top of the 18, where the ball is won by the Mavericks as they look to find some breathing room. As Mankato 5-holes the defender as she looks to put the ball in the middle of the 18, and she finds number 5, who takes a shot. That's Alicia Duxini, finds a shot, but she is not able to get a good foot on it as the ball rolls into the hands of the Dragon goalkeeper. Ball is booted upfield by the Dragon defender, as the Dragons look to maintain possession here, as they have not done very much of here in the first half, as the Mavericks have dominated most of the possession here early in the first half.
Let's go, Dragon!
A foul is called on the Maverick
Call the game!
midfielder, and it will be a Dragon free kick.
Go, White!
The free kick is taken. It's a good one. It goes into the middle of the box, but it is won by the Maverick defender. And the shot is taken well wide right to the net and will be a Maverick goal kick. As the Mavericks make another duo substitution here. As number 11, Sydney DePrenger, enters the game for the first time, along with number 30, Claire Baresi.
Go, Dragons! In!
Mavericks look to switch fields here
Joe, work!
as they look to attack.
Now in for your Mavericks, number 11.
Now they are switching back to the right side as they look to attack up the right side of the field here now. As number 7, Friedrich, will take her space, but the pass is stolen by the Dragon defender, but number 5, Duxini, is much faster than the Dragon player and wins the ball.
Come on, White, you gotta work against yellow, too. Gotta keep throwing those backside runners.
Mavericks look to go up the middle of the field. As number 10, Dessens, passes it down the sideline. As number 11 looks to put the ball in the middle of the box, and it goes just out of bounds over the net and lands on top of the netting. Sydney DePrenger getting into the action here as she was just substituted in, and she found her be another substitution for the Mavericks as number 7, Friedrich, is leaving the game, and number 20, Barzowski, is entering the game for the first time today. Barzowski will be entering the game playing right back for the Mavericks.
In for the Mavericks, number 20, Taylor Barzowski.
It'll be a Maverick throw. And the ball is kicked in the middle of the box, where Dessens looked to possess, but she is unable to do so and is booted out by the Dragons. As the Mavericks look to attack down the middle here again. As the ball is kicked out of bounds by number 11, Sydney DePrenger. The Mavericks will be making another substitution along with the Dragons. Number 11 for Moorhead, Dahlman, will be leaving the game. And number 5, Duxini, will be leaving the game for the Mavericks, as number 34, Osgood, will enter for the first time today. Number 34, Osgood, with the shot on goal immediately as she enters the game, but that ball floated a little too long and found itself in the gut of the Dragon keeper. Number 10, Rachel Jensen, entered the game for the Dragons for the first time today. DePrenger looks to beat down the baseline as she puts the ball in the middle of the net, and is a great opportunity for the Mavericks. And the shot is taken, but it is saved by the Dragon goalkeeper. A great opportunity for the Mavericks, but the shot was taken right at the goalkeeper and was an easy save. Dragons are able to win the 50-50 ball there.
Come on, Joe, you gotta be moving.
So basically, I
Mavericks look to attack down the left sideline as they do a through ball down the left, where it is kicked out of bounds by the Dragon defender and will be a Maverick throw. It will be a Dragon throw.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my gosh, I've learned so much. Yeah, exactly.
Go, Rachel.
Yeah. So it's great.
The ball is knocked out of bounds by the Dragon forward and will be a Maverick throw.
In for the Dragons, number 8, Hannah Spielman.
Dragon throw. The ball is kicked out of bounds for a Maverick throw. The ball is cleared out by Moorhead as they look to find breathing room, and they are unable to do so as the ball is won by the Mavericks, but then repossessed by Moorhead. Mavericks look to attack down the sideline, but the ball rolls out of bounds for a Moorhead throw. Dragons looking to advance the ball up the field, but are unable to do so as the ball rolls out, and the Mavericks will make a mass substitution as 4 new players will enter the game. Maverick throw.
Come on, Cam.
The ball finds itself at the feet of the Maverick defender as she looks for somewhere to pass it to. She puts the ball in the middle of the field. Another great pass, but the Mavericks are not able to get a clean shot off. However, they are able to maintain the possession. There's a good give and go here for a great opportunity to put the ball in the middle, but it is almost cleared by the Dragons, but a great opportunity for the Mavericks as it goes off the head of the Minnesota State player and into the hands of the Moorhead goalkeeper.
Now in for the Mavericks, 15, Julia Nellis. 18, Anna Mixon.
The ball is won by the Mavericks as they look for support and go up the right sideline as number 15 Nellis is on chase as the ball is knocked out of bounds and will be a Maverick throw. Mavericks look for space to get a shot off. As number 21, Danielle Tazik, is able to find a little room, but she kicks the ball wide left for a Dragon throw. Excuse me, a Dragon goal kick. Mavericks have her Maverick player falls, but she gets back in the play as the ball is kicked towards net and corralled by the goalkeeper. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half as the game is tied at 0. The Mavericks have 17 shots compared to the Dragons 2, and neither of those shots by the Dragons were any threat to the Mavericks. The Mavericks have outplayed the Moorhead tremendously here in the first half, as Taylor Keneally had a very strong presence early on as the Mavericks look to attack down the middle of the field here. As number 21 looks to get a shot on net, and a shot is taken, and it is saved by the Dragon keeper. It is a good shot by number 21 Danielle Tozic, but she did put enough force on it, and it was being able to be saved by the Dragon goalkeeper.
There you go, Jesse! Go, Rick! There you go, T!
Mavericks looking for room up the sideline. A nice pass to the Maverick players. Look, take a shot with a great shot on goal, and she scores! The Mavericks scored off a great kick that rolled into the left corner of the net. I believe that came off the foot of number 21 Danielle Tozic, as she found the bottom left corner of the net, as the refs are discussing here to see if the player was offsides or not. But as of right now, the Mavericks have a 1 on the scoreboard, and the goal is good. The Mavericks officially have a 1-0 lead off the foot of number 21 Danielle Tozic. Mavs take a 1-0 lead with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining here in the first half, as we are back underway to play the final minute and 20 seconds of the first half, as the Mavericks lead 1-0 off the beautiful shot that rolled into the bottom left corner by Danielle Tozic. Danielle Tozic. We have 1 minute remaining in the first half, as the ball stays in bounds, but eventually rolls out of bounds for a Maverick throw. Mavericks look to clear the ball to danger here and just hold on to this 1-0 lead going into half as we approach the 30-second mark. Maverick throw. Ball is booted down the sideline, and it will be chased by the Mavericks, but it will be a Maverick throw, and that will likely end the first half. The Mavericks lead 1-0 at halftime, as they had a very strong presence throughout. They had 19 shots to the Moorhead's just 2. The Moorhead never really had a great opportunity with a good shot on goal, as the Mavericks found themselves with very many good opportunities as they lead first half, as she had 3 quick shots on net that were all a good opportunity to score. Number 9, Mankato, had a very good showing as well, as she had many crosses that gave the Mavericks a great opportunity to score from the center of the box. The Mavericks also had 4 corner kicks, all taken by Mankato, as she did well on those as well. As the Mavericks get ready to kick this one underway, and we are set to go and start this second half, as the Mavericks lead 1-0 here on Sunday afternoon. As the Mavericks look to attack up the center of the field, but it is cleared out by the Dragons. The Mavericks look to continue their strong showing from the first half and dominate the second half like they did the first, and go home today with a win and a shutout. It will be Raboon's 8th shutout on the year if she is able to hang on. as the ball is fought over and eventually kicked out of bounds by the Dragons for a Maverick throw. The throw is taken by Mankato and into Dakota Wendell, where it is kicked out by the Dragon defender and will be a Maverick throw. The Mavericks look for room to put the ball in the middle of the field, but they are unable to. But it will be another throw-in for the Mavs. So they look to come up the left side and find some breathing room, but they are unable to as the ball is cleared out of danger. As the Dragons look to find the middle of the field, and they are able to do so as a great give and go is done as they look to counter the Mavs. And the pass is too far forward and will be taken by the Maverick sweeper. And it is cleared out of danger and up the left sideline as Mankato beats a defender with ease as she looks for someone in the middle as she passes it to Dakota Wendell, who was unable to get it. The pass was too far forward and was out of reach for Wendell. The ball is crossed into the middle of the field and taken by Dakota Wendell as she looks for some space, and she is unable to find it, and it is taken by the Dragon defender, but the ball finds itself at the feet of a Maverick as they look back for support and look to find something moving forward here as they pass up the sideline. Taylor Keneally with the ball. And it is kicked out by the Dragons. A great overlap pass from Wendell to Keneally as Keneally puts the ball over the net and will go out of bounds for a Dragon goal kick. That was a great overlap run by Keneally and a great pass by Wendell, but Keneally was unable to put the ball in the field as she kicked it over the net as it landed on top. It is a Maverick throw. The ball stays in bounds and booted in the middle of the field by the Maverick defender. As Dakota Wendell finds herself with the ball as she sends the ball to Katu, as Katu has a great opportunity, but she loses control as she and the defender fall down with a shot, and it is blocked by the Moorhead as the ball rolls out of bounds for a Maverick throw. The Mavericks had a great opportunity there. Excuse me, it will be a Dragon goal kick and not a corner. The ball is won by Dakota Wendell as she finds herself with a great opportunity to take a shot, and she does, and it is not strong enough, and it is fallen on by the keeper, Rogers. Dakota Wendell, I'm sure, would have liked to put a little bit more pace on that ball. A great tackle by Duxini as Mankato finds herself with the ball on top of the 18, but she is unable to find room. But here she is again with a great opportunity, but she is unable to get a good shot off, and the ball rolls to the defender, and it is eventually booted out of bounds by Moorhead, and it will be a Maverick throw in the attacking third.
Work hard, Mike. Come on.
Dakota Wendell fighting with the defender, and she eventually wins the ball and puts the ball into the 18, but it finds the foot of a defender, and it eventually rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. as Moorhead is making their first substitution of the second half, almost 6 minutes in, as number 15, Morgan Supier, is coming off the game. And number 24, Cameron Brill, is entering for the first time in this half. As the ball is won by the Mavericks, looks like there could have been a potential handball, but the ref was right there and said he didn't see anything as the ball finds itself wide right. A great win by the Mavericks as Taylor Keneally has a good opportunity as he takes another shot and she shoots and she scores! What a great shot off the foot of Taylor Keneally that just floated right over the keeper and into the back of the net. What a beautiful shot by number 13, Taylor Keneally, who has had a great showing here today. Taylor Keneally finding the back of the net off the wonderful shot that came off her foot just outside the 18 and floated over the keeper Rogers. Taylor Keneally puts the Mavericks up 2-0 here early in the second half. And the ref calls for an injury timeout. Moorhead's number 18, Kylie Billings, is the one that went down, and as she is able to walk off the field on her own power, as that is always a good thing to see. It looks like it will be a Maverick free kick, but they will most likely just pass it back to the Dragons. And that is exactly what they do. The Mavericks lead 2-0 here with 38 minutes remaining in the second half.
Go, girls!
As the keeper boots the ball towards midfield, where it is won by the Dragons.
Scoring for your Mavericks. The first goal of the season, number 13, Taylor Keneally.
Dakota Wendell finds Morgan Katu in the box, but she knocks out of bounds.
Fire up. Let's go.
That was Taylor Keneally's first goal on the year, and it was an absolutely beautiful one at that. What a great way to get off your scoring campaign for the season. As the ball finds the feet of Dakota Wendell,
Good job, Dakota.
as Taylor Keneally touches it to Morgan Katu. And Wendell is unable to possess the ball in the box, and it is booted out of out of danger. But it's still at the feet of the Mavericks as they look to find another goal here early in the second half. As the ball rolls to Wendell, who finds Duxini, and it is saved by the Dragon keeper and went just wide left of the goal, and it will go out of bounds for a Maverick corner, and it will be taken by number 9 Morgan Katu, who has done a great job on the corners today, putting them directly where she wants them in the middle of the 18, about 8-9 yards outside of the goal. That one was a little short and in, but the Mavericks are still able to maintain the possession as the ball switches sides of the field, but it is won by the Dragons, but the ball rolls out of bounds and will be a Maverick throw. Excuse me, they call a foul and will be a Dragon free kick.
In for the Dragons, number 15, Marvin Satu.
Wendell finds herself with the ball as she looks for some breathing room, and is she unable to find it as she kicks the ball forward in the vicinity of Taylor Keneally, who eventually finds herself with the ball and kicks it towards the goal, where it is knocked out of bounds by the defender and will be a Maverick corner kick. Mavericks look to go up 3-0 on this corner here as they lead 2-0 as we approach 35 minutes remaining. And the ball was in towards the near post and punched over the net by the keeper, and it will be another Maverick throw, or excuse me, another Maverick corner. This one takes the same direction and goes short post. This time, however, it stays in bounds as the Mavericks look to get a clean shot off. As number 7, Kelly Friedrich, is looking for any space that she can find, but she is unable to get it. But number 6, Bree Chacho, finds herself with the ball on the left sideline as she looks to put the ball in the middle just over the foot of Taylor Keneally. And the ball is cleared out of danger, but it is... And a ref called for a foul. I'm not sure what he saw there. They both went up straight. And it will be a Dragon free kick. There's a Maverick throw. So they pass it down the sideline as it goes off the head of Wendell. And eventually finds the foot of Katu, who fights for it, and it rolls out of bounds and will be a Dragon throw. As Moorhead looks to make a duo substitution. As number 12, Lindsay Brownell, and number 8, Hannah Spielman, enter the game for the first time in the second half.
In for the Dragons, Hannah Spielman.
Katu knocks out of bounds, and it'll be another throw-in for Moorhead. Moorhead throw. Katu wins the ball over the Moorhead player and passes it to Wendell, who looks for the Keneally, but is unable to find her as the ball is booted over the Maverick defenders' heads, but it is won by number 17, Hauskin. She has done a great job sweeping up the back for the Mavericks today, as the Moorhead has not been able to find any breathing room behind her. It'll be a Maverick throw. And it is booted to the middle of the field where Keneally is able to possess it, where she passes it to Duxini, and Duxini has a chance to run, but the ball bounces off both of them and rolls out for a goal kick. And the ball is passed back off the head off the defender, where it finds the feet of the Mavericks, and they take a shot, but it is blocked by Moorhead. As they come up the right side and look for something in the middle, and it is just over the head of everybody and rolls out of bounds for a dragon throw-in just in front of the corner flag. And knocked out of bounds by the Maverick defender, number 12, Maddie Brandt. Mankato intercepts the pass and finds herself with the lane, but it is taken away by number 15 on the defense, and they call a foul on Mankato, and it will be a Dragon free kick. Nice give and go to find some space for the Dragons as they look to move the ball up the field. But the Mavericks stay strong as Keneally has an opportunity as she strikes it, but it is blocked by the defender. And it eventually goes into the hands of the keeper off ahead of a Moorhead defender. Mavericks first to the ball. As Katu looks for somebody in the middle, but passes it down the sideline to Wendell, who has room to put the ball in the middle, as she does not hit it strong enough as Duxini was looking for it, but it did not make it to her, and will be kicked out of bounds for a Maverick throw. Passed on the sideline to Keneally, where she cannot gain possession and rolls out of bounds for a throw, as both teams making mass substitutions as will not enter quite yet and will come in at the next available opportunity. Mavericks looking to stay in the attack here, and they're doing a good job at that, but the feet get tangled between the Maverick player and the defender. And Moorhead is awarded a free kick about 7 yards in front of the 18-yard penalty box. It is passed forward to the middle, but it is eventually taken by the Mavericks as the Mavericks look to attack, as they look to switch fields with the through ball, but it is just too far ahead and ends up in the hands of the keeper, Rogers.
For the Dragons, number 6, Bowie.
Defender kicks out of bounds for a Maverick throw, where the Mavericks will now be making that substitution. Where 4 new players will be entering the match. The Mavericks throw, and it is won by the Moorhead Dragons. Mavericks looking for support as they look to switch fields here. And then they look to switch it back, and they come down down the right sideline now. Mavericks showing some good passing here as they find themselves attacking down the field, but it is eventually stolen by the Dragons. And it is cleared out of danger and out of bounds, and will be a Maverick throw as they look to make another substitution here.
Go, Maddie. Go, Cash.
The throw-in is eventually won by Moorhead, but finds the feet of a Maverick player.
In for your Mavericks, number 15, Julian Ellis.
Mavericks looking to keep the ball in the attacking half here, as they are able to do so, and are looking to find that passing mojo that they've had here early in the second half. With a great pass, who finds the feet of number 31, who scored the first goal of the match, and Duxini with a shot on net, as she had a nice strike, but it went right at the keeper, Rogers, and it was an easy save. It was a good strike by number 5, Duxini, but it did not find a hole in the net as she kicked it right at the keeper. And the ball rolls out of bounds for a Maverick throw. Mavericks are making 2 more substitutions here, and the Dragons will be making a substitution of their own as well.
Go, Abby.
'The ball finds the feet of number 31 as she looks to find someone in the middle, looking to take on 3 defenders, and she loses the ball as Moorhead clears it down the sideline and goes out of bounds for a Maverick throw. Morgan Seamuth to take the throw for the Mavs.
Number 34, Abby Osgood. In for the Dragons, number 28, Owen Phillips.
31, Nadia Lowry to take the throw. She lines up deep. She does the flip throw to get it deep, and it finds itself short of the goal. As the Mavericks are able to win the ball.
Go, Dad.
And the ball goes out of balance for a Maverick throw. Mavericks fighting for the ball in the box, but it is cleared out and will be a Maverick corner. It is the Mavericks' 8th corner of the match as they look to go up 3-0 here with just under 23 minutes remaining in the match. It looks like it will be taken by number 30, Claire Baresi, for the Mavs. Baresi will take the corner. And the ball is short and corralled by the goalkeeper as Rogers looks to wait for the players to get up the field, and then she will boot it towards midfield. Mavericks switch fields from left to right as they look to come back to the middle now. With a shot on goal by number 21. Danielle Tazik had another opportunity for the Mavs, but once again the Mavs kicked it right at the keeper, Rogers, and it was an easy save. Maverick throw finds itself at the feet of Tazik. So the Mavericks look to get some room to be able to take a clean shot, but a foul is called on number 27, Cassidy Joyce. Mavericks have been a lot more aggressive here in the second half and thus have resulted in many more foul calls by the referee. The Dragons win the ball, but they lose it, and the Mavericks are attacking down the center of the field as the through ball is attempted but kicked out of danger by the defender. As the Dragons are just looking to enter the Mavs half of the field, as they have not been able to do quite often, especially here in the second half. Possession has been all Mavericks here in the second half as they find themselves up 2-0 with 20 minutes remaining in the second half. Mavs lead 2-0 with 20 minutes remaining in the match as they have outshot the Dragons 26-2 and have 8 corner kicks to the Dragons just 1. And the ball is kicked out of bounds for a Dragon throw. And it is won by the Mavericks as they look to get it out of danger. And they are able to do so as they find themselves with some room. But number 10 comes out of nowhere and steals the ball from the Mavericks as the Maverick defender falls. So Mavericks look to counter here. They have space with a great through ball to the right to Djazic as she puts the ball into the middle, but it is headed to the foot of the Maverick defender and it is taking a shot, but it is saved by Rogers. Mavericks win the ball as they look to attack up the center of the field. And the ball rolls out of bounds with the Maverick defender, or excuse me, with the Maverick player chasing it. and will be a Maverick throw, as the Mavericks are making a mass substitution as 5 new players are entering the game. Moorhead is also making a substitution as they are entering a new player.
Here we go. Why you got this, lady? 17 minutes.
Maverick throw. As the Dragons look to attack up the right side of the field, but it is won by the sweeper, as she has done a great job today, not allowing anything past her. Number 17, Abby Hauschken, has held down the back for the Mavs very well as they look to attack here up the left side. As number 4, Vetter, looks for something to go, but she is unable to do so, but it is knocked out of bounds for a Maverick throw. And the Mavericks are unable to possess from the throw, and it is kicked out of bounds for a goal kick. And the ball goes out of bounds for a Maverick throw, as the Mavericks will be making another substitution, as number 16, Morgan Seamuth, is leaving the game, and number 20, Taylor Barzowski, will enter the game for the first time in the second half.
Taylor Barzowski.
Mavericks looking for something here, and it is able to stay in bounds. What a great effort by number 10, Bryn Dessens. She showed great effort there to keep the ball in bounds. And it will be taken on the throw by number 30, Claire Baresi, who will be doing another flip throw here to get the ball into the box. And the ball rolls out of bounds off the Maverick foot, and it will be a Dragon throw. Mavericks lead 2-0 here with just under 15 minutes remaining in the second half. Mavericks ranked number 23 in the nation are up 2-0 here as they look to stay undefeated at home. A solid win by Keneally, who finds herself playing right back here as she spent most of her day playing forward.
Come on, T.
Mavericks have a great opportunity here as nobody is stepping to the ball. And number 10, Bryn Dessens, is able to carry the ball to above the 18 as she makes a pass, but it is stolen by the defender. And it is eventually kicked out of bounds and will be a Maverick throw. And the ball rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. MSU Moorhead making a duo substitution here.
Your other girl's name tag.
were so protected.
The Mavericks win the ball in the middle of the field as they look to attack and get a good shot on net. And the shot is taken, and it looks like it might have deflected off the defender. Nope, it just sailed way high of the net as the Mavericks are making a substitution here as number 3, Caitlin Brown, is entering the match.
In for the Dragons, number 4, Jensen Odegaard. Number 18, Kylie Billings. In for your Mavericks, number 3, Caitlin Brown.
Go to the corner, Judson.
As the Dragons look to find something going here up the sideline, but it is stolen by the Maverick defender and pushed back, but it is one. Oh, here we go. Mavericks on the attack. A great through ball, but it might roll too far, and it does, and it rolls in the hands of Rogers. It is won by Dessens as she looks to outrace the defender, as she is unable to find the corner though, and the ball is kicked out of bounds by the defender, and it will be a Maverick corner kick. The corner is taken, and it does not stay in bounds, and it will be a Moorhead goal kick.
In for your Mavericks, number 5, Alicia Dixie.
Number 5, Alicia Duxini, has entered the game here as she finds herself right in action right away as she wins the ball, but can't maintain possession as she loses it out of bounds for a Dragon throw-in. A good win by Duxini, but it finds the feet of a Moorhead player. As they pass it out wide, but there's nobody there. As the Mavericks look to counter here, but the ball rolls just under the foot. And a great win by the Maverick defender as she's able to clear the ball out of danger as they look to bring it up the sideline as it bounces off the head of Dessens. We have under 10 minutes remaining here in the second half as your Mavericks lead 2-0 over MSU Moorhead. As the Mavericks look to get their 13th win on the season, sitting at 12-2 right now, as they are ranked number 23 on the nation. Their only losses this year coming against number 1 Central Missouri and number 5 Bemidji State. The Mavericks are approaching 30 shots today as they are sitting at 28 compared to Moorhead's just 2. As the Mavericks have done a great job today as they have dominated the possession and the opportunities. And it is a Maverick throw, or it will be a Maverick free kick as the ref called for a foul on Moorhead.
Come on, White.
As the defender looks to take her space, passes it to Dixini, who is looking down the sideline, but now looks middle. She looks to switch fields here, but she goes up the field to number 30, who loses the ball to the defender, but Duxini is there to put the ball back in play. As Dessens finds herself with the ball, but she can't find the Maverick teammate. And great team effort there by the Mavericks as the defenders are backing each other up here. As the Mavericks switch the fields here and they look to attack up the right sideline now, as they are wide open and have a great opportunity to put the ball in the middle as they do, but it is just over the foot of the Mavericks, number 35, Brooke Valuakis. And the ref calls for a foul on Moorhead, and it will be a Maverick free kick. The Mavericks haven't had very many free kicks in advantageous spots today, as this is maybe the second one where they've had an opportunity to put the ball in the box from a free kick. As we are approaching 7 minutes remaining here in the second half, as the Mavericks lead 2-0, and a great ball, but it goes over the heads of the players and into the hands of Rogers. And the ball is booted to midfield where the Mavericks win it off the head. Where Dessens is looking for some room, but she can't find it, and she eventually passes it back to support, but it rolls out of bounds and will be a Moorhead throw, as the Mavericks are making a mass substitution as 5 new players will enter. Moorhead is also substituting a player as we are approaching 6 minutes remaining in the match. Mavericks lead 2-0 here with 6 minutes remaining in the match. Tuxini is able to clear it down the sideline. Number 26, Stammy Stolk, is unable to find space. So Mavericks look to put the ball up forward, a great ball, but Wendell is called offsides.
Molly Riley. Number 19, Dakota Wendell. 23, Brittany Cole. 26, Amy Stahl.
Mavericks look to attack up the center here as Dakota Wendell is searching for space as she finds it, as she beats a defender, but she trips over the ball. So Mavericks are able to maintain possession as a pass is passed to the top of the 18, but it finds the foot of a defender and is booted out of danger. And a foul is called on the Mavericks, and it will be a Moorhead free kick from just behind the 50-yard line. Ball is placed above in front of the half field mark, although I believe it occurred behind. And the ball rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. Moorhead is making a substitution here as number 24, Cameron Brill, is entering the game, as number 18, Kylie Billings, is coming off. We are at 3.5 minutes remaining here in the match as the Mavericks lead 2-0 and have completely dominated the whole match as they have outpossessed Moorhead by a high margin and have 28 shots to just 2 from Moorhead, and they also have 9 corner kicks and have only given up 1. Mavericks looking to finish these final 3 minutes strong and go home with a victory and stay undefeated at home. Mavericks are attacking on the right side, looking for some room to take a shot, and a shot is taken, but it goes over the net. A good opportunity for the Mavericks to put a third goal on the scoreboard, but it is just over the net and will be a goal kick for Moorhead. The Mavericks look for a good opportunity here. It's Katu, and she's unable to score, but somebody shoots and scores. Katu got her foot on it again. 2 shots in the span of a second, and she is able to put the ball in the back of the net as the Mavericks put a third goal on the scoreboard and have all but locked this one up at home today. I'm not sure how Morgan Katu was able to pull that one off, as she fell on her first kick attempt, but found the ball at her feet and was able to bury it over the behind the keeper. As the Mavericks lead 3-0 here with just 2 minutes remaining and have basically all but ended this match. And Moorhead is able to get a shot off, but it is a dud and does not even make it to the net, and is an easy corral for the goalkeeper. A minute and a half remaining here in the match as the Mavericks lead 3-0. As the ball goes out of bounds and will be a Maverick throw. That was Morgan Katu's 7th goal on the season, as she has had an outstanding season so far, and an even better day today as she has stood out along with Dakota Wendell, Taylor Keneally, and number 17, Abby Hoskin. Those 4 players have stood out. Hoskin has played a great sweep today, as no balls have been able to get past her, and the Moorhead Dragons have not had any strong opportunities to put a goal in net, in large part due to Hoskin's strong game today. Dakota Wendell and Morgan Katu were very strong here in the second half, and Taylor Keneally scored her first goal of the season and had a very strong presence early in the first half, as she had 3 shots on net within the first 10 minutes. As we are 15 seconds remaining from a Maverick victory, as they are about to earn their 13th win of the season and stay undefeated at home, and hope to jump up the rankings from 23 and maybe jump into the teens. And that is it, folks. Your Minnesota State Mavericks have won 3-0. They hit the lucky number 30 in shots and put 3 shots in the net, as MSU Moorhead was only able to get 3 shots off, none of them actually threatening to be an actual goal, as your Minnesota State Mavericks stay undefeated at home and win 3-0 over the MSU Moorhead Dragons. Number 23, Minnesota State Mavericks. The next game will be October 26th against Augustana at 3 p.m. as they look to stay undefeated at home and continue the streak that they got rolling. MSU Mavericks beat the Moorhead 3-0 at MSU Mankato. I'm Ryan Bachman, and that is it for today.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very much.
Anything else for me?
Yep.
News, stories, and fan giveaways.